finally getting to that part of the year where there's nothing that feels better than like walking in here. Like, it's the best feeling to just be here and be warm. It's chilly already this morning. We have so many good things coming up. I just want to take a minute to share a few of them with you to make sure that you don't miss out on something you might be really interested in. Like, for example, we have a student who is doing a fundraiser where he's walking across the whole country. And he'll be landing in York on Monday night. So if you want to take class in York on Monday night, he'll be there September 29th at 5:30 doing class. His name is Norman, and then afterwards, there's even a special, one of our teachers is singing at a restaurant in York. It's a fun evening. So if that's something you're interested in, look on our website or ask questions about it. It'll be a lot of fun. But also, we've got family yoga coming up. It's September 21st, the whole family for $20. And then something I'm really excited about, you see us all wearing the t-shirts. We have a whole special package of events happening this fall called Love Your Selfie, No Edits. And there are 3 parts. One is a scale smash event. It's a national event, happens at F&M on September 27th. Then we have an 8-week series, kind of like 40 days, happens on Sunday nights for an hour, and it's a body image self-awareness series. And then finally, last thing I'm so excited about, last part of the Love Your Selfie, is one of my teachers. So not my yoga teacher, but my leadership teacher. Suzanne Conrad is speaking at the Ware Center on November 1st. The tickets are already on sale. They're only $15. The thing I think that's so cool about this event is, first of all, I love her, and I've gotten so much from her. I'm excited that you'll get to experience her. I'm excited the tickets are only $15. And then I think it's an amazing opportunity for, a lot of times yoga people share with me, and I've had this experience where there are other people in my life that I want them to get out of yoga what I've gotten, but they're not into coming for the exercise piece of it. But this is a great opportunity to bring them and have them be in the language and in the experience of yoga minus the exercise piece of it. Suzanne is just very uplifting. So if you're free on November 1st, I totally recommend coming. Let's get started. Child's pose. Toes together, knees open. Settle your hips back down to your heels and bring your forehead to the floor. I have been thinking a lot about this beginning part of class because I've been teaching a lot of programs to assistants in other parts of the country lately. And this part of the class is called integration. I think one of the first things to do right now is to just start your own breathing, slow, steady breath, and get very connected to your breath. Put all of your listening there, your concentration there. Be purposeful and develop a sort of breath that will carry you throughout the practice. You might have already had a long day. You might just be waking up. This is the opportunity to start creating your day. Whatever stage of your day you're in, right now, you start to create it. Once you've got some sense of your own breath, your own space, then the next task is to use your breath to start to connect with other people. Start to listen for their breathing. Make your breathing visceral, palpable, so it's something that they can feel, they can hear, they can take part in. And in that way, letting them in as you inhale, reaching out to them as you exhale, in that way, take on an intention of just lifting people up around you, just lifting them up a little bit. Do you ever in life want something for somebody that you knew was good for them so bad? You wanted it so much more than they wanted it for themselves, and it never really worked out that either you or they benefited. Don't want something for the people around you as you practice. Just share what you have. Share your breathing and let it be a way of just lifting everybody up a little bit more throughout the practice today. With your next inhale, come up to downward facing dog. When you arrive, start to stretch out, explore. Bend one knee and straighten one knee. So your body, the shape of an upside down letter V, back and forth, pedal your feet back and forth. I like to tippy toe and stretch out the arch of my foot. I also like to wave my hips from side to side and stretch out the length of the side of my body. You create your own practice. You're the best teacher in the room for you today. Next, raise your right leg into the air behind you. Bend your knee, bring your heel to your hip, and turn your hips open to the right side of the room. Let it be that the right side of your body is opening up like a yawn, a letting go. Replace your foot on the floor. Lift your left leg into the air behind you. Stretch it up and back. Bend your knee, bring your heel to your hip. Turn your hips open. As you push your hands down, you'll give yourself the opportunity for another action to raise your knee up, to wake up your foot, to stretch out your toes. Then foot to the floor, look forward, step up to the head of your mat. Open your feet parallel to one another, hip width distance. Inhale and lift up halfway, stretch out. Exhale and hang down. Be in choice around your feet. Line them up so your heel is behind your middle toe, so they're parallel. Even the weight out in the surface of your foot. Hold your opposite elbow, fold your arms, and just sway from side to side. As you sway, pull your spine longer and longer toward the floor. You can open your feet really wide, Jamie. You're getting to really wide stage. You can even go as wide as the mat. Start to fire up your legs. Start to wake your muscles up. Activate your legs. Squeeze your muscles toward your bones. Allow your spine to get very long, very easy. Your neck long and easy. Your inside shoulders soft. Fingertips to the floor. You can walk your feet together or you can keep them shoulder width distance. Hands to your hips. Come all the way up to standing. Just unfold. Once you're tall, sweep your arms overhead, reach up out of your feet, stretch up. As you exhale, bring your hands into prayer position and pause. Find one point at the front of the room to just focus your gaze. Just set your eyes on one point. Create an intention for your practice, and we make an intention like this. In your thinking, I am, and just set an intention. I am courageous, I'm powerful, I'm willing, I'm here. And then the way we share or send the intentions out into the room, just by chanting Om together 3 times. It's a way of connecting with one another. Take a deep breath in. Reach up as you breathe in, stretch up for the ceiling. Fold down to the floor as you breathe out. Halfway lift, so just look toward the front of the room, soften your knees. Now step back, high push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog, that's straight arms, hips down to the ground, look up. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths here, inhale. Exhale, stretch your sitting bones back, your tush back, like you're going to sit on the wall behind you. Big breath in. Exhale, reach back so the strength is in your legs, out of your shoulders and hands. One more breath here, inhale. Exhale, empty your breath. Look to your hands, move up to your hands. Feet together, halfway lift. Fold down. Stand, reach up, stretch up out of your feet, up and back. Fold to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale. High plank to low plank, exhale. Upward facing dog, breathe in. Downward facing dog, breathe out. Just work together with your breathing, create a really rhythmic, peaceful breath. 2 more. 1 more breath. Be the leader in your section of the room. Create breath, then move up to your feet. Halfway lift, fold down. Chair pose, sit back, reach your arms up, stretch them. Now fold back down to the floor. Halfway lift, flat back, high push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward to warrior 1, turn your back foot flat. It's a lunge. Reach up to the ceiling. Hands to the floor, high push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, step forward and lunge. Arms up to the ceiling and back. Hands to the floor, low push-up. The name of this pose is Chaturanga. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Give 3 breaths to rest. This is Sun Salute B. Inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, sink your heels down. Inhale, lift your armpits a little closer to the ceiling and lighten the load in your shoulders. Then exhale, stretch. One more breath here. Exhale, empty your breath, look to your hands, jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, fold. Sit back, deep into your heels, then reach up, fold to the floor. Halfway lift, inhale, high push-up, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, step your right foot forward and lunge. Arms up, make your back leg powerful. Hands down, high push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side, step, lunge. Inhale, reach up. Hands down, high push-up to low. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. And now breathe. Use this resting time to purposefully lengthen out your exhales. Allow your breath to be calming right now. One more breath. Exhale, empty. Look to your hands, move up to your hands. Halfway lift, move your shoulder blades to your spine, and fold. Chair pose, sit, arms up. Fold to the floor. Halfway lift, long body, that's it. High push-up to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Raise your right leg into the air behind you. Bend your knee and bring your heel to your hip. Turn your hips open. Activate your lifted foot. Now flip over. Keep traveling over with your right foot. You might flip the whole way to wheel. You might just take it 2 feet on the ground. You might stay in the downward dog. 2 powerful feet on the floor. Bring breath to the pose. Lift your body up out of your bottom shoulder. Then float over to your right hand side plank. You'll face the bathroom side of the room. Left arm in the air. Shape your body up. Shape the pose to be powerful. Move your shoulders just down. Soften the muscles at the tops of your shoulders. Maybe activate by concentrating on pulling your shoulder blades to your spine. You can intensify by lifting your top leg if you'd like. Everybody look up to the ceiling. Reach up to the ceiling. Inhale. As you exhale, 2 hands on the ground, low push-up. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Raise your left leg into the air behind you. Bend your knee. Bring your heel to your hip and turn your hips open. Anchor your hands and flip over. Hug your right shoulder under your body. Keep it away from your ear so that you have a lot of empty space in the area of your neck and shoulder. 2 strong feet on the floor. Make a powerful foundation. Reach up and over. Float over side plank. Put your left hand on the ground. Face this right side of the room. Stack your feet up. Shoulder blades down your back, down your back. There. Intensify the pose if it's available to you by lifting your right foot up into the air, another foot. Breathe. High plank to low plank, soft landing. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. There you go. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Raise your right leg into the air behind you. Stretch it up. As you exhale, bring your knee to your nose and step forward to crescent lunge. That's staying on the ball of your back foot for this lunge. Arms high in the air. Create a powerful foundation to build the pose from. In your back foot, anchor your baby toe to the ground by moving your heel more to the left. Lunge way down. Now from your strong legs, stay down in your strong legs. Reach up to the ceiling like you're pulling yourself up out of your legs. Then go up and back. Deep legs, reach up and back. One more breath, stretch. Now hands to prayer position and pause. Twist to the right, anchor your left elbow outside of your right knee. Once your elbow is settled, power up your back leg. Imagine someone is pressing down on your hamstring. You're pressing back up. Open your arms, bottom arm down, top arm up. Now bind, wrap your top arm behind your back for a halfway bind. Let your shoulder just melt behind you. Allow the twist to happen. We'll take 3 breaths together. Every time you inhale, get a little bit lighter. Get your belly up off of your thigh. When you exhale, turn. Let's take 1 more together. Inhale, lift up, get very light. Exhale, twist, open your side body. Inhale, spin up and around to warrior 2. Bend your front knee a lot. Point your knee as far to the front of the room as it will go. Now, if you don't lie flat on the floor in frog pose, your knee is not going to point straight forward in this pose. It's probably at a little bit of an angle, and then your toes can just point in the same direction as your knee. Then lunge way down. Get down into your leg until your thigh is parallel to the floor. Keep your hips, your ribs, your shoulders facing the side of the room. Extended side angle. Put your right fingertips on the block or floor at the arch of your right foot. Reach your left arm in the air. Stay deep in your legs. If you don't have to lean on your thigh, don't do that. Put your fingertips on the ground if you can. Big, deep lunge. Get down in your legs. It'll make holding the pose easier. Okay, now 3 more breaths. Every time you can, get a little bit lighter. Let some part of your body, your shoulders maybe soften. 1 more breath. With control, put your hands on the floor, high push-up. Pick your foot up and step it back to low push-up. Upward facing dog. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Then raise your left leg up into the air behind you. As you exhale, knee to your nose, step your foot forward. Arms in the air. Breathe, bring breath back into the room. Now bring energy into your arms. Straighten your elbows, your wrists, your fingers, wake them up, stretch them out, alive. Deep legs, reach up and back. Look for rows of tile at the ceiling and reach back those rows. Every time you want to get a little deeper, you need to lunge down more and reach up out of your legs. Pull your belly in and up. Stretch up and back. Now hands to prayer position, pause. Twist to the left side of the room by bringing your right elbow to your left knee. Once your elbow is anchored, make the whole thing lighter. Lift up off of your thigh, activate your back leg. You can open your arms and start the binding. Melt your top arm, your top shoulder behind your back. Back leg strong, totally straighten it. Wake up your back leg, activate it. 3 breaths, chest up and light, then turn. Just your eyes, keep them fixed in this front corner as you turn. Your whole side body stays long. Just 1 more breath together, inhale. Exhale, stay for the whole twist. Inhale, spin around, warrior 2. Lunge down. Work out your pose. Create a foundation that you can work with throughout the pose. Strong feet. Pick up your toes on both of your feet. Be aware of all 4 corners of your foot and press them down evenly. Now lunge a lot. Extended side angle. Fingertips to the block or floor, right arm in the air. Deep legs. It takes really a bold stance to hold a warrior 2. Deep legs. There you go. That's it, Philomena. Wrap your top arm back, so that this opens more, yes. Another breath. Stay for the whole thing, then high plank to low plank. Upward facing dog, so really rise up. Downward facing dog. And this is the time for relief. Deep breath in, and exhale. Now take all of the weight out of your hands by really shifting your effort back into your thighs, into your hips. Sit your hips on the wall behind you. Pull your weight out of your wrists. One more deep breath in. Exhale, empty. Look to your hands, step or jump up to your hands. Halfway lift, flat back, fold down. Sit back into chair pose, reach your arms up. Way back, sit way back. Now bring your hands into prayer position. Twist toward the right, left elbow, right knee. Check out your knees, bend them evenly. It's tempting to start straightening your right knee, but really endeavor to keep it bent. You can open your arms, bottom arm down. It can go between your knees if that works better. You can wrap your top arm behind your back. Take a breath, and when you exhale, melt your shoulder back. Really sink it back. Now 3 breaths to build a twist. You can bind your hands or just keep your arms as they are. Every time you exhale, just get softer. 2 more breaths. You're right there. Then long front spine, open up. That's it. Unwind and hang. You can open your feet hip width distance. So hip width, 2 fist distance. Hook your big toes with your middle and index fingers. Inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale, stretch down. Wide hips now, really wide hips. Strong, strong legs. Let your head be really heavy. Let it just hang down to the ground. Release your toes. Walk to the back of your mat and kneel down. Lean forward and bring your forearms to the mat. Then measure palm to elbow. Keep your elbows placed. Open your hands. Interlace your fingers. Make sure both baby fingers are on the ground. You might like your hands open like mine are. You might like your fists together. Put your forehead on the ground at your hairline. With your arms, push down into the mat and really hug in. This is all about your arms being strong right now. Now turn your toes under. Lift your hips up into the air. As you start walking your feet closer to your face, roll back about 1 inch from your hairline toward the crown of your head. Keep hugging your head. Keep pushing down into the ground with your arms. Pull your ribs into your body and stack them on top of your shoulders. Now bend one knee into your chest and just pause. Flex your foot and get really active with that foot. A little hop with your other leg to bring your other knee into your chest. No straight legs right now. Just knees into your chest, knees into your chest, knees into your chest. That's it. Yes. Activate your feet so that they're flexed and it seems like they're standing on the ceiling. Push your arms down and hug in. You can come out whenever you want to. Push your arms into the floor and hug in. Now try to take 5 breaths. 5 breaths if you can here. 5 breaths. You got it, right there. Yes, really nice. At the end of your 5th breath, so just trying, some of you are just learning, just trying, some of you are in there and holding it. Baby bunny hops if you need to, holding it and breathing if you can. Keep your knees in your chest. Yeah. See how your hips had to counterbalance back? Push down with your arms. There should never be discomfort in your neck in this pose. Downward facing dog. There, I should have helped you down better than that. Downward facing dog. Shake it off. Shake your head out. Take a deep breath in and let the air come fluttering out through your lips with a shake off that inverted pose. Deep breath in. Exhale, empty. Look at your hands. Step or jump up to your hands. Halfway lift. Hang. Chair pose. Sit back. Reach your arms up. Pull your ribs in, pull your belly in. Now hands to prayer position, twist. Turn toward the left side of the room. That's good. Bring breath into the space. As you breathe, you'll notice parts of your body, they start to soften. You can open your arms, bottom arm to the floor, top arm to the ceiling. Bind your hand if that's appropriate for you. Your shoulders feeling a little uncomfortable behind your back, use your breath and make a melting experience happen. Melt there. Steady breathing. Okay, fold, hang down. Hang down, open your feet. Tuck your palms under the soles of your feet. Stand on your hands. Wiggle your toes. Massage your wrists. Though your breathing is able to soften right now, stay connected to it. You might not need your breath to be so forceful and powerful right now as you're relaxing, but really stay connected to being purposeful with your breathing, even in this relaxing position. Work is happening here, but a lot of ease is happening. Release your hands, walk to the back of your mat and kneel down. Put your forearms on the ground, measure palm to elbow. Make a basket, put your hairline on the ground. Get very purposeful with your arms that they push down and they hug in. So your head is cradled by your hands. Then turn your toes under. Lift your hips up in the air. There you go. Walk in. Push down with your arms and hug in. Then bend one knee into your chest. Bend the other knee into your chest and stay right there. That's it. 5 breaths. You got it. Oh my gosh, you don't even need my help. That's it. Push down and hug in. You're really good. Push down and hug in. Down and in, down and in. Activate your feet. Pull your ribs in, your bottom ribs in. You're going to have to counterbalance your hips back. This will have to soften right there. Yep. After the 5th breath, come down the way you went up, very gently. Very gently. And then the pose is downward facing dog. So close. Deep breath in and a sigh. One more. Deep breath in. Move up to your hands. Halfway lift. Fold down. Stand up. Reach your arms overhead and stretch. Then eagle pose. Right arm under. Wrap. Squat down, wrap your right leg over. Just tuck your toes behind your calf muscle. Keep your gaze fixed on one point at the front of the room. That's it, just settle your eyes. Focus your attention just on your breathing. Just listen to the sound of air moving in and out of your body. Stay with it longer than you think you should. Gracefully, step out, arms overhead, stretch up. Left side, left arm under, left leg over. You've got it. Shoulders, let them slide down your back. Slow, steady breathing. Shoulders down your back. There you go. Step out, sweep your arms overhead and stretch. Stand on your left leg, hug your right knee into your chest and stand tall. You can hug your knee or hold your foot and extend your leg. It's your choice. But stay tall. 5 breaths here with your leg pointing forward. Are you ready? Let's go. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Stay very tall. Is it so that if you were to let go of your leg, your foot would not fall? You want it to be so that that would happen. After the last breath, open your leg to the right. So hold on, whether it's your knee or your foot. If you want to extend and your arm just doesn't seem long enough, use your strap to make your arm a little longer. Keep allowing your thigh bone to keep settling back into your pelvis. Okay, leg forward, switch hands. Turn, look, and reach to the back of the room with your right hand. Pull your baby toes back a little bit more, Michelle. Yep. Stay tall, very tall, all the way up. There you go. Come forward, hug your knee into your chest and get tall. Take a deep breath in. Hands to your hips, extend. Press your heel forward as you exhale. Bend your knee, inhale. Get tall and stay tall as you push your heel forward and exhale. One more time, bend your knee. Press your heel forward, keep your leg there. Sweep your arms overhead, toes up to your belly button without leaning back. Up to your belly button without leaning back. That means thigh bone. Back into your body, lift. Okay, bend your knee, hands to prayer position, airplane pose. Reach your right leg back. Hips square to the floor. Now bring your breathing, Activate your back leg. Make it strong, like it's pressing into the wall behind you. Chest up like upward dog. Look up. Hands to prayer position. Half moon. Put your left hand on the ground under your shoulder. Turn and face the right side of the room. Raise your right arm into the air. So electrified. Reach out through your arms and your legs. So activate your lifted leg. Make it strong like your foot is standing on the back wall of the room. Breathe. Whoops, I'm going to go this way with your arm. Last breath, stretch, look up. Hang down, 2 feet on the floor and hang. You can sway from side to side. Come up to standing. Sweep your arms overhead and stretch up. Hug your left knee into your chest. Your standing foot, stand heel behind your middle toe. You can extend, but you want to hold on. So if extending can't quite reach, use a strap. There are plenty of them up here if you want one. Leg in front of you. Let your left arm bone slide into the back of your body. So instead of it reaching out, let it melt back into the back of your body by ease, by softening, by allowing a thing to happen. Open your leg to the left. Look to the right. Start lifting the people up around you with your breathing. Be in support because you bring steady breath. Even if you're falling out of the pose, bring steady breath. Bring your knee forward, switch hands, right hand, left knee. Reach to the back of the room with your left hand. Stand up tall. Tall right in here. Let your left hip drop toward the earth. Another inch. Get tall. You've got it. Shoulder down now. Come forward. Hug your knee into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Stand tall. Hands to your hips. Exhale. Heel forward. Bend your knee. Inhale. Grow up very high here. Now exhale. Heel forward. Thigh bone back. Bend your knee. Inhale. Exhale. Heel forward. Sweep your arms overhead. Stay tall. Toes up. Toes up to your belly button. Lift them up. Hands to prayer. Airplane, leg behind you. Your body like an airplane taking off. Square your hips to the ground. That's it. Just drop your left hip down. And then from your back legs, inner thigh, roll up. So your left leg, your inner thigh, imagining it rolling up to the ceiling. Now stretch long out of your legs, long in your lower back. Hands to prayer, pause. Half moon, right hand down. Right arm up. Left arm up, left arm up. Activate your back leg. Press. Press down, Jamie. You've got it. Now use that to give you lift. Tailbone to me. Another breath, look to the ceiling, reach for the ceiling, stretch. Feet down, hands down, and hang. Hang, sway from side to side. If you've got a strap and you would like to use that for the next pose, we'll take either standing bow or dancer's pose. Grab a strap, come up to standing. No strap, here's what your pose looks like. Let your right shoulder move behind you, palm faces the right side of the room. Bend your knee, hold your ankle from the inside. Left arm in the air, and go. Stretch up and then forward with your fingertips, foot up to the ceiling. Activate your legs more than anything else in your body for this pose. So powerful legs. One foot, push it down. The other foot, push it up. Opposites, exactly opposite, then hang forward. Just keep your right knee behind you rather than out to the side. You have 3 more breaths. Make your kicking foot active, like it's pressing into the ceiling. Kick it up. Yes, that's it, Maggie. Keep going. Let your right body get long, long, long kick. Shoulder hangs back. Step out of the pose gently. Switch sides. Right arm behind you. Bend your left knee. Hold your left ankle from the inside. Square hips. And go. Into the pose. Allow your left leg to stay behind you. It's so tempting to move it out to the side of the room. And then get really powerful. 2 choices in powerful. Focusing on your legs working, focusing on softening through your back, softening through your shoulders. I'm just going to change the grip of your hand for you. There you go. You got it right there. No, you got it. Kick now with your foot up and back. Let your shoulder go here. You've got it. Just let your arm be straight. Yes. Step out, feet together, arms down by your side. Yeah, just be still for a moment. Arms by your side and be still. Be in listening. What's going on in your body? Then tree pose, stand on your left leg, bring the sole of your right foot to your left inner thigh. So you won't want to put your foot beside your knee. Knees don't move side to side, so above it or below it. Then hands in prayer position, soften your standing leg's knee. Yeah, unlock it. Make your muscles work. Interlace your fingers, press your palms forward, and then overhead. So foot down, hands up and stretch. Foot down, hands up and stretch. Eyes up, chest up. Lift up out of your foot and go back, stretch back even, and then come down. Hands down, switch your feet. Left leg up, hands in prayer position. Right to the pose. And lock your standing knee. This time when you interlace your fingers, do it the way that doesn't quite feel right. Different baby pink finger on the outside. Then hands forward and up overhead. Push down with your standing foot. Let your toes be soft though. Then reach up and lift your eyes up. So press your palms into the ceiling, lift your chest up, then reach up and go back, lift up and go back, and then step out. Hands down, arms down, front of your mat. Chair pose. Sit down and reach your arms up and start appreciating the fire you've built in your body so far. You're really strong now. Your body's ready. So sit deep in your legs and then bring powerful breathing into the room. Bring these in. Inhale, stretch up, look up, fold to the floor as you exhale. Halfway lift, breathe in. High push up to low push up as you breathe out. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Step your right foot forward for warrior 1. Big lunge, bold lunge. Then turn to the side for warrior 2, left side. Flip your right palm up, reverse the warrior. Stretch up out of your legs. Now straighten your front leg, reach up and back. Triangle pose. Fingertips to the front of the room, hips to the back of the room. Can you double check our attendance that we've got everybody? You can place your fingertips on the floor behind your front ankle. Then anchor the ball of your front foot's big toe deep down into the ground. Wrap your top arm behind your back. Jamie, unlock your front knee. Allow your top shoulder to ease behind you. I'll take your head cricket. And then, a little bit better. Yeah. With your exhales, you just choose to relax. Come on up to standing. All the way up. Hands on your hips, turn and face the front of the room. Step your back foot in just a little bit, enough that you can work your hips square to the front of the room. You would like to set your feet wide rather than on one narrow line. Then right hand on your hip, left arm in the air. Stretch up high, hinge forward. As you hinge, encourage your right hip crease to go more to the back of the room. Your left fingers across the street. Then down to the ground or a block. Pause here. Let your hamstrings soften. Can you make the front of your spine long? So from the crease of your hip to the center of your chest, make length. Now you can start to turn to the right. Lift your right arm up into the air. A little bit different than you sometimes do. Wrap your top arm around behind your back. That's it. Just ease it behind you. Let it melt behind you. Breathe. There you go. One more. Long body. Make your legs strong. That's where the ease comes from. Hands to the floor. High push up to low. Get the attendance sheet, then we'll check it. Print it. Upward facing dog, downward facing dog. Chris, we have 2 new people that are not on yet. Take a deep breath in. Exhale and empty. Now step your left leg forward. Warrior 1. Warrior 2. Flip your front palm up. Reverse the warrior. Stretch. So take your legs down, down. That's the only way you'll get the stretch here. Now keep your legs down, but pull yourself out of your legs. Then straighten your front leg. Stretch up and back. Triangle pose. Fingertips across the street, hips to the back of the room. Then anchor your hand behind your front ankle. A block behind your ankle is great, but both of your legs, make them straight. Yes. You can take your top arm and remove it behind your back. Allow your shoulder blades to melt towards your spine. So a sensation of them just sinking together behind you. You've got it. Top shoulder melted behind you. Let it sink back. Another breath. Oh, there you go. Did you feel all that just give in? Come up to standing, all the way up. Turn to face the front of the room. You may need to reposition your feet. Left hand, left hip, right arm in the air. Stretch up. Hinge forward. Hips back. Keep thinking the crease of your hip. Make it go back, deep back, like your butt is going to sit on the wall at the back of the room. Then anchor your right hand to the ground. That's it. Start to turn to the left. Create lengthening in your belly side of your spine. Belly side of your spine, lengthen. Then wrap your top arm around behind your back. I'm going to say go here and then here. Breathe. Every exhale gives you access. Access to something softening, something moving into an easier place, being deeper, softer, easier. One more breath, get long. Exhale, soften, twist. Hands to the floor, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, stretch out. Deep, deep breath in. Exhale. Come all the way down to your belly on the mat. So high plank, lower down to your belly. Keep your legs active. My advice is to keep your toes turned under like crescent lunge. And of course, the classic way this pose is addressed is with your toes pointing. But your hips broad, your tailbone back to your heel. Arms wide like airplane wings. The goal is to stretch long and then lift up. Head, shoulders, arms. Length more important than height. If you have a sense that your heels are dropping in toward one another, move your heels wider. Let your toes point straight down to the ground. There you go. Tail to your heels, tail to your heels. Belly, your stomach muscles up in your body. Pull them in. Long, relax back down. You can shake your hips from side to side. Floor bow pose. Bend your knees, reach back, and hold your ankles. Strong legs, only hip width distance. Now press your feet up to the ceiling, just hang off of your legs. Feet up to the ceiling and you just hang there. That's it, kick up, press up. Bring breathing in. You'll need your breathing to allow you to go strong in your legs and soft in your shoulders. Strong in your legs, soft in your shoulders. Ball of your big toe up to the ceiling, knees more narrow for many of you. Kick up, come back down. Wave your feet from side to side. Second set, bend your knees. Flex your ankles so you're really holding onto your shins. Knees hip width distance, and kick up. Imagine your feet are pushing the ceiling off of the tops of the walls. You just hang off of your legs. The strength of your legs, your hamstrings in particular, will pull you off of your belly onto your thighs. Can that happen? Can you rock a little bit and pull yourself off of your belly back onto your thighs? Strong legs, yes. Okay, come back down. Wave your feet from side to side. Next pose is upward facing dog. Put your hands on the floor under your elbows and up you go. Shoulders back. Downward facing dog. Can you make this set on the back of your body? Yeah, there. Someday, I just wasn't sure. I didn't want to ask it for too much. Camel pose, kneel down. So on your knees with your toes turned under, knees hip width distance. Hands like they're going into your back pockets. Then lift up, get really, really tall. Chin into your chest, relax your head back. Chest up to the ceiling. You've got it. Hold on to your heels if that's available to you. Otherwise, keep your hands on your hips. You might try. You're always welcome to try something, and if it's like, it's a little too much for me, just back out of it a step. So stand with your hips over top of your knees. To come out of the pose, lift your chest more to the ceiling and come up and out. Hands to the floor, downward facing dog. Stretch out. Now we'll need to be all sitting down, legs extended in front of you. You can jump through your hands to get there. You can crawl through. Sit down, legs in front of you, and sit really tall. Flex your feet so your toes point up to the ceiling, and even pull your baby toes back to your face. You might need to soften your knees to be able to sit really tall. Now, arms out in front of you, like a mummy, sit taller so that your whole side body is lifting up high. Stay tall, shoulders relaxed, roll down one bone at a time. So you'll need to think about reaching your spine towards your heels, rolling over the crest of your hips. Bottom of your spine towards your heels, long waist. You've got it, Amy. Now pull the pit of your belly in. That's it. Bend your knees, bring your flat feet on the floor underneath of your knees. Bridge pose. Lift your hips off of the ground, your waist, your ribs, until you're up to your shoulders. Rock side to side, hold hands underneath of your back. Now wrap your thigh bones into your front midline and stand strong in your feet. You've got it. That's it. Strong feet. Change nothing about your feet. Keep them powerful, evenly pressing and placing. This will be tricky. Bring your right knee into your chest. You're going to need to keep your thigh bone sinking into your pelvis, not to have to shift your other foot. Then toes up to the ceiling, stretch. All four corners of your standing foot, press it down. Knee into your chest, foot on the floor. Other knee into your chest. That's it. So there should be an inward rotation of your thighs. An inward rotation of your thighs. I don't know if I can change this at this point. Leg in the air. Knee to your chest, foot on the floor. You can come back down out of this pose. Open your hands, come down one bone at a time, and then just move your knees from side to side. That's the relief. Okay, let's take it a little further. Up into bridge pose, feet on the floor, lift your hips and your waist. All the way up to your shoulders, rock side to side and tuck them under you. Then fingertips to the ceiling and fold your wrists and put your hands on the floor under your shoulders but set wider. Now you can stay here pressing into your hands or press so much your arms straighten into wheel pose. You choose. Once you get up into wheel pose, put your attention into your feet. Stand in your feet. Strong feet, strong legs. 3 more breaths here, strong feet. Wrap your thigh bones into your front midline. Now come down, don't hug your knees. They can move side to side just for 1 breath. And let's go again. Set it up first from bridge, then work into wheel. On your mark, get set, and go. There you go. Let your hips come down away from the ceiling, 1/4 of an inch. So your butt closer to the floor, 1/4 of an inch. Reach your tailbone to your knees now. Your tailbone, no, to your knees. By dropping your hips to the floor, just 1/4 of an inch. Another breath. Come back down. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Let's do that 1 more time. Set yourself up and up you go. We'll work together. So everybody's counting on you to send your breath into the room and lift them up, whichever pose you're doing. Everybody up into your pose, bridge your wheel and go. We've got 10 breaths. Wrap your thighs in. Now, if I can't hear you breathing, I won't be able to count the breathing and tell you when it's over. There you go. Come on, back down. I knew we were to the end. Put the soles of your feet together. Let your knees drop open. This is called Supta Baddha Konasana. Arms to your side and palms up or on your belly, wherever you feel best. And be still. Just be still. Be in listening. What are you listening to or for? You're listening to your own body to hear the experience it's had in this pose. Okay, hug your knees into your chest. Hug your knees into your chest. Reach your left leg up into the air. Flex your foot so it looks like it's standing on the ceiling. Reach your right leg up beside it for now. Let's do both legs in the air for now. And then with your right hand, put your fingertips behind your head. And with your left hand, arm by your ear. Now you can reach your right foot across the street. So it's opposite. Switch your arms, switch your arms. Yeah, same leg though. Leg reaching, lift your head and shoulders off of the ground. Keep reaching your leg. 10 breaths here. Are you ready? 10, keep your arm back by your ear. 9, back by your ear. 8, it's further back than you think. 7, keep pushing your heel across the street. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, switch. That's it. Legs skimming the ground, foot really active, pelvis stable. Lift your head and shoulders up. Keep your arm by your ear. It's behind you more than you think. Breathe. That's it. Head and shoulders up if you can. It's a lot harder than you think, isn't it? I did this with somebody the other day. It made my belly sore for days. 1 more breath. Switch. Let's do each side 1 more time. Here you go. 10. Go for it. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Switch. Last side, last time. Foot parallel to the floor if you can. Thigh bones wrapping in if you can. Active feet. Just a little bit of a lift. Just your arm behind your head. Last breath. Hug your knees into your chest. It's just a little bit of nothing, but it seems to add up to a lot. Hug your knees into your chest, rock back and forth for one boat pose. Back and forth, till you're sitting, balancing on your sitting bones, feet hovering in the air. Then legs straight out, flex your feet. Wrap your thigh bones into your midline. Arms out like you're hugging a tree, so suck the tree, around the tree. Guts up under your ribs, breathe for 5, 4, shoulders down, 3, that's it, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest, rock back and forth, all the way up to a sitting position. In this sitting position, open your feet really wide, toes point up to the ceiling. As wide as they'll go. This is not a flexible position for me. Mine don't go very wide. You might even fold your towel up and lift your hips a little bit higher, but feet really wide, toes point up to the ceiling. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, start to hinge forward. You'll want your sitting bones, even your spine in the front, think of it reaching behind you. Many different degrees of ability. I just put a tall block under me, and I go for that because the floor is just too far away. Yeah, point your toes straight up to the ceiling there. The whole foot, you flex your ankle, yeah. If you were super flexible, you'd keep your knees and toes pointing to the ceiling. Hip openers don't always have to be half pigeon. Stay here folded forward. As you approach the last minutes of class today, we start out with putting forward a lot of energy, just stirring up energy, building. And here as we move through the balancing poses through equanimity, bringing peacefulness. Now here on the back side of class, the thing that we bring the most focus to is ease. So you want to put everything into position, into alignment, and then keep softening. That's just a stinker, this ankle. It's like, stop working. I'm going to trick it. There. It changes the intensity, right? A super long strap would be a cool thing to have right now. Would keep your feet in place. Stay right here, folding forward. You can bring your forearms to the ground. Maybe your chest will make it to a block. Knees and toes to the ceiling. Bring your chest down. I definitely always have in the past approached this pose myself with a sense of, let's get down to the floor. Gotta make it happen. Soften. How much can you soften? If you're really listening closely to your body, what do you need to soften? Like, where do you feel crowded and tight in your body? And can you be purposeful and make that area of your body soften? Seems like such a little thing, feet wide, fold forward. Seems like no big deal. So challenging. I'm going to give you an opportunity to make an adjustment in the pose, and we'll hold it a little longer. For those of you that feel like your pelvis is tucked under you, just fold up your mat so it elevates. It doesn't have to be beautiful or perfect. It could be a towel. A block is too much. But get it to be so that your hips come off of the ground higher than your heels by even just 1/4 of an inch. We have tons of props we use for the Sunday 11 a.m. restorative class. You're always welcome to use these for class or have them nearby. You just have to put them away after. But if I could put my hips on this little bit of elevation, I might get more access to really deepen my hamstrings than if I were to sit on the ground and let my tail tuck. Now I don't have access. I'm just trying to stretch out, I guess, my lower back. But when I get my hips higher, there are plenty of these blankets if somebody wanted to use this. Even a blanket that much folded would be good for a lot of people. That's it, Chris. Keep wrapping thighs back. Like, it looks like that's what you're doing. Yeah. Just a little tiny bit longer. Now that you've elevated your hips, do you experience the pose differently, for those of you that have? This is a challenging pose for a lot of people. Include me in that list. At the end of class time, we really have to hold things too for a little bit longer because we're ready, and then these are poses and openings that require patience. If you looked at any of our Love Your Selfie, no edits, advertisements, you'd see all those cool pictures, those black and white pictures. I wish she were here today. She usually is. All these cool little black and whites. One of our own students took these. Molly is her name. She usually comes to class on Friday morning. She's such a cool photographer. She just snapped these pictures off like lickety-split, no trouble. Keep moving your toes back towards your face. Once you start getting like a little, I don't want to be in this anymore, then what starts to happen is your toes point down, and you can see that the stretch comes out of your legs when that happens. Pull your toes back towards your face. If you can reach your toes, you can manually pull them back. I am being serious when I say when you get to class and a teacher asks you to hold something you really don't want to hold, it gives you some time, like reserve some time for you. It's such a gift. I would never hold this on my own. It would take a teacher asking me to do it, and then other people around me breathing and helping me stay in my space, helping me to stay when the challenge is difficult. You have so much support right now. Just keep lifting up and over your legs. Use your breath. Keep yourself in the game. Use your breath. This is how I pay you back. I did not. So keep your feet active. There you go. Stay focused. Okay, come sitting up. Slide your feet together. Let's see, roll back and hug your knees into your chest. I think that would feel good. Oh, so good. It's just a gift. All the way onto your back. Once you're flat on your back, put your feet on the floor. I have choices here. Do this instead, legs straight up in the air. If you have a block, put it under your hips. A towel folded up under your hips. We have extra blocks here. If you want a block, we have plenty of them here. You can have a block to put your hips on. If you want to take the pose in that way, Chris will just bring around some extras. So if your hips are on a block, legs that just work so hard for you, straight up in the air, feet flexed. How does that feel after what you just did? Not too, like it's doable? Yeah. Here's what you could do. Chris has already delivered a cool eye towel to the vicinity of your mat, and you probably can reach it from where you are. Go ahead and use the eye towel already if you would like to. If you're an eye towel girl or guy, use your eye towel, place it over your eyes, and start to tell your body you're at the wind down point. You're at ease. Here, feel like that. Let yourself soften. Allow your legs to get heavy, like so that they feel like they're slipping into the back of your pelvis. From the height of your feet from the sky, from the ceiling, create it so it's like a settling down, like sand coming down through an hourglass and settling at the bottom of the glass. That happening in your legs. So from your feet, the soles of your feet, the skin of your feet, even just a little space beyond your feet, a settling down, a coming down through your foot and into your ankle. And even from there, coming down from your ankles into your shins, your calves, melting, a sinking, a settling down. There's a block if you want it. Here's a soft thing. Lift your. Begin creating peacefulness, stillness, ease. And here is the offer. You have this pose, and when you feel complete with it, like you really feel a sense of like your legs, the weight has come out of them, it's settled into the back of your pelvis, feel really settled in that action having happened, you then can just hug your knees into your chest and take a side-to-side twist, so knees to one side, look to the opposite, and after that, Shavasana. So the twist is just to remove the block from under your back. Drop your knees to the left, look and reach to the right for a moment. Really soft, not a lot of doing. And then switch. And then unwind into Shavasana. So still your eye towel, but long legs, wide as your mat, toes out, arms wide by your sides, palms face up. Take a breath or two to arrange yourself, to make it so that you're comfortable. Then a deep breath in, and exhale. So the sand moves from the top surface of your skin back through your body into the back side of you. A deep breath in. Exhale. Take a deep, deep breath in. And exhale through your mouth. Inhale. And then as you exhale, just squeeze your fingers and your toes. Hug your knees into your chest. With your eyes closed, roll to your side, and then bring yourself up into a sitting position. Take your seat with a tall spine. Inhale and sweep your arms overhead, stretch up. As you exhale, bring your hands into prayer position and pause from this space right here that you created. Set an intention for the rest of your day. And 3 times we'll chant Om together. Take a deep breath in. Bring your thumb knuckles to your forehead center. Take a deep breath in. And exhale through your mouth. You can just bow your chin, and the way we thank each other is by saying Namaste. Thank you so much for coming and for playing today. We have a new class of teachers in training starting tonight, so be on the lookout for them. Getting started, send them lots of love and support. Thank you for being here.